What's going on, everybody? This is Al High, host and founder of the Casual Highlight, where we strive to educate, inform, and inspire while having the casual conversation about sports. So today's topic, we're going to do a high five, and this high five is going to deal with Al High's 5 favorite sports shows. There's no favorite, all-time favorite. It's just my list of favorite sports shows that I enjoy watching, as well as if you're looking for a good sports show to watch, these are some recommended shows, recommendations for sports shows to watch. So let's go ahead. I'm going to start with the honorable mention shows to begin with, and one of the shows that I just got tuned into, that I listened to several episodes and been watching some of his coaching, is Jason Brown. Now, Jason Brown was the coach at Independence Community College in Independence, Kansas, and pretty much revived that program for Independence Pirates in Independence, Kansas. Now, the name of his podcast is called the Slap Dick Podcast. Slap Dick, yeah, that's the name of his show. It's hilarious, but he also was teaching some real life stuff and giving his real life opinions about things. And I would definitely go check out his YouTube channel, Coach Jason Brown, and go check out his YouTube channel. And he's really and his Instagram, and he's breaking down film and what he's seeing with the NFL athletes, the good, the bad, the ugly with college football. He even talked about the NBA and other sports as well. So definitely you want to check him out. That podcast is on Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, called the Slap Dick Podcast. That's an honorable mention number one. My other honorable mention, this show has begun to grow on me, but I love it. It's called I Am Athlete. And I Am Athlete, you have Brandon Marshall, Chad Johnson, Fred Taylor, and Channing Crowder, and Chef Nancy. And it's just it's called I Am Athlete, and you can find this on YouTube. And these athletes are sitting down talking, having real life discussions, talking about different things going on in the NFL, and other sports, entertainment, business, just life in general. Man, they have great guests. You laugh a little bit with these guys. They eating good food. Chef Nancy, they be throwing down up in there. They have great food. I Am Athlete is now branched off of now I Am Athlete Miami. They have an I Am Athlete LA basketball edition, which I need to go check that one out. And then they have I Am Woman. So shout out to Brandon Marshall. That's an honorable mention of one of my favorite sports shows that I enjoyed, that I just got into watching. Now let me give you my top 5 shows that I enjoy watching. No particular order. First show I enjoy watching is Speak for Yourself, and that is with Marcellus Riley and Emmanuel Acho. Speak for Yourself started with, I remember, Kyle Cowherd and I can't think of the boy's name. It just crossed my mind, but it was Colin Cowherd and, Lord have mercy, I keep forgetting the boy's name. Charlemagne the guy roasted him on the Breakfast Club. But anyway, Jason Whitlock, that's his name, and had very interesting takes, interesting perspectives. Then it was just Jason Whitlock's show. Then Marcellus came over with Emmanuel, and that dynamic has been amazing for this show. They're gonna listen. In the climate that we're in, everybody want to try to cancel you. They just keep it real, and they just get to the facts. They're gonna applaud you when you're correct, and they're gonna call you wrong when you're out of pocket. And they do a great job of going to call you out of pocket when you're out of pocket. They ain't gonna sugarcoat it whatsoever. When it came to the situation with Sha'Carri Richardson back over the summer, and when she tested positive for the drugs in the system, and people were talking about, well, she should still run the Olympic Games. These were the rare two people that this particular show really just came in there and broke it down and said, listen, we know she's a great runner, she's a great athlete, but she broke the rules. And they came in there and just flat out and just said what time it was and gave examples and you still in the world that we live in today, you need people to call you out when you're out of pocket. So I love that for Marcellus and Emmanuel. And both of these are former athletes hosting this particular show, former NFL players. They keep it real all the way around, in my opinion. The next show I enjoy watching, another Fox show, is The Herd with Kyle Cowherd, and I got Joy Taylor. Now I remember Joy Taylor when she was on the show with Undisputed, Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless. And to me, when she was on that show, she showed what it meant to be a moderator. She was the reason why I stopped watching First Take, because I couldn't stand Molly Qerim. I think Molly Qerim does a better job now, but First Take is not one of my favorite shows. But I still like Shannon and Skip. But she was one of the reasons why I got into watching Undisputed, because I'm like, man, somebody who know how to moderate. Anyway, neither here nor there. But let's go back to The Herd. The Herd, I enjoy watching Colin's takes, hit the breakdown of quarterbacks, his different segments that he has, and really dissect. I really enjoy watching the work ethic of Kyle Cowherd and how he breaks down different teams, different quarterbacks, different numbers. I watched how he prepares a 4-hour show each day, 3 to 4 hour show each day, when really he's preparing 4 or 5 hours before that. So I kudos to him. I like his style of delivery, his Football Friday, the point spread. It's an excellent put together show. The Herd with Kyle Cowherd. Now I'm gonna take it to a TNT show, NBA basketball show. It's called Inside the NBA, with Charles Barkley, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Ernie Johnson. These gentlemen have been doing it when it was just Charles Barkley, Kenny Smith, about over 20 plus years, and then Shaq been in there like the last 7 or 8 years. And this show has been just dynamic and has just been excellent. You want to talk about a good laugh every Thursday night, just goofy, hilarious, man. They cracking jokes on each other. There was times I didn't even want to watch. The basketball game sucked. So I said, man, I'm not watching this late night game. Or both games on the bill. We knew who was going to win the game. I'm not watching these games. I'm just going to wait to Inside the NBA so I could see what Charles Barkley got to say. And that show, if you want a great laugh, that's a great show to watch, because those guys are going to keep you laughing the entire hour. Now they were trying new stuff, add Kevin Garnett up in there with the cuss button and all that. I mean, that was okay, but you can't top Inside the NBA with them for it. That's the right chemistry right there. And ESPN still hasn't figured that out, of how they're gonna get a good NBA countdown show. They haven't figured that out. They almost got it because they got Jalen, but they need about 1 or 2 more pieces. Maybe hire Chris Webber or something like that. But we'll see what happens. So Inside the NBA is one of my favorite. Another show that I enjoy watching, and this was a show I started watching in high school. I would watch Rap City The Basement, and in between there watch 106 in Park. But before 106 in Park would come on, I would watch this show called PTI, Pardon the Interruption, with Tony Kornheiser and Michael Wilbon. And to me, this was probably one of the original debate sports shows that was just outstanding. And you got quick debate in 1 minute. You got to get what's on your mind, say what needs to be said, and spill it out. They had the games Good Cop, Bad Cop, and they had play the role of this particular player. You Be the Gene. Man, they had Tony Kornheiser and Michael Wilbon, which this show is still on. Great chemistry. I mean, they talked about everything: golf, hockey. They had 5 good minutes with certain people, with certain athletes, and great chemistry. Just excellent show to watch, and they still come on to this day. If you Central Standard Time, it's 4:30 Central Standard Time on ESPN. And then the last show, my fifth show, would be The Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. Now, this is an interesting combination. I think Rob Parker and his chicken wings and Chris Broussard, man, I think Rob kind of it's kind of quirky a little bit, but it's a good match, and they keep it raw and honest on that show as well. I enjoy the 3 or 4 hours that they just bring the heat. Rob Parker, be having them park out of the park type commentary, and Chris Broussard just looking at him like, man, what are you talking about? And or he had them. That's what it is. It's them corny jokes. They be like, bro, what did Rob Parker just say? But it's still like must see, listen to on your podcast or if you're on YouTube to listen to. So those I'm gonna recap my 5 favorite: Speak for Yourself, The Herd, Inside the NBA, Pardon the Interruption, and The Odd Couple. And then my 2 honorary, we got I Am Athlete and the Slapdick Podcast. That being said, that is my high 5 for this week as far as my favorite shows. In the comments, go ahead and write what are your favorite sports shows that you enjoy watching. Till next time, my name is Al High. You know what to do. Go to alhigh.com. Check out this show plus other content that I have been creating. And all my social media is at alhigh.com. Till next time, this is the Casual Highlight. You know what it is. God is love and disrespect your senses.